Yeah, hi, I'm Wendy Stock. I'm a professor of medicine at the University of Chicago. I'm a clinical translational researcher here at the University of Chicago, and I focus my work on acute lymphoblastic leukemia in the adult population with a specific focus on the young adult population, where asparaginase is considered an extraordinarily important drug. One of the things that we've noticed over the last decade that was an initial observation confirmed uh, in retrospective analyses all over the world was that the intensive use of asparaginase that was implemented in pediatric protocols resulted in significantly improved outcomes for young adult populations as well. And this has subsequently been confirmed with improvements in outcome uh, by replicating pediatric regimens in the young adult population. Here in the United States, the regimen that we implemented and that was taken directly from a pediatric intensive asparaginase containing regimen included adults from the ages of 17 to 39 years, through 39 years of age. And what we found, in fact, was that it was very feasible but difficult to administer asparaginase at the doses that were given in pediatric protocols. Specifically, there are a number of issues with asparaginase that are particularly relevant to the young adult and older adult population, which include the fact that metabolism of the drug changes as we age, and dosing of the drug is dependent on body surface area in general. And there's a tremendously high incidence of obesity, resulting in very high dosing of the drug in the adult population. One of the things that has also been found by other investigators is that as we age, the tolerance of this drug becomes less and less good. And most people agree that over age 50 to 55, at pediatric intensive doses, this drug is very difficult to administer and results in more toxicity and really not improvements in outcome because of the toxicities that accrue. One of the things that I have been focused on and our center has been focused on is trying to reduce some of the toxicities that we see even in the young adult population. And although this hasn't become standard, most of our protocols now often cap the dose of the asparaginase in the adult population at a dose of 3,750 units for the pegylated form of asparaginase. And even more so, we've looked to see whether the dose can be reduced further and whether this reduction in dose results in less toxicity, but adequate asparagine depletion as measured by the surrogate of asparaginase serum levels. What we found in a pilot study here at the University of Chicago was that indeed a dose of 1,000 units per meter squared for adults up to the age of 60 actually could be administered, and what resulted in adequate serum levels at 2 weeks, and also in potentially less cumulative toxicity of the common toxicities that we worry about, hepatic toxicity, thrombotic toxicities, and potentially even less pancreatitis, although we couldn't really comment on that. So my current thinking is that asparaginase is a key component of treatment of young adults with ALL, and that we can potentially make it safer by reducing the dose and potentially by using measures that might mitigate some of the toxicities. And I'd like to close with the fact that right now in the North American cooperative group system, which includes the Children's Oncology Group, and the 3 adult NCTN-sponsored adult cooperative groups, we're doing a study to look at L-carnitine as a measurement, as a method of potentially reducing hepatic toxicity. One of the study is actually a randomized study where L-carnitine will be delivered during induction therapy in a randomized fashion. It's a randomized study, and only during induction therapy. And the study is being led by Eitan Orgal, a pediatric hematologist, oncologist at University of Southern California. And the study is open nationally and will help us to begin to answer one of the questions about whether we can reduce liver toxicity, which is one of the major toxicities that we see with asparaginase, by the addition of L-carnitine.